Whew. So we've just finished another 5-day retreat here at Broughton Hall, and I'm here with my old friend who I've not seen for about 13 years, Ian Gough. Ian, it was absolutely amazing to have you on retreat. Nothing fills my heart with more joy than having a rugby player who I've worked with come on retreat. It just fills me up.
Yeah, and me too now. Yeah, me too. Talk about, jumping in head first. Every type of nerve that you can have. I don't think I pulled the trigger until a couple of weeks before. I had to put the big boy bravery badge on and take the leap, because as a man, we don't like admitting that we need to work on something, no matter what it is, whether it's a little illness or a little niggle or anything, and especially with the type of work we're doing on the retreat. So it took me a while, and you kept your patience with me, so I thank you for that, because there were times that I didn't answer you for weeks and weeks, and even a month or two at times, and you kept faith, and you kept in there and gave me that little bit of light. It was, I'm thankful. It's been a pretty epic experience. I got lots of words I'd like to say, but yeah, epic sort of, that's just the first one I can start with.
So when you came and you arrived and you checked into your room and we sat in that room, a circle of 25 men, what was going through your mind? How did you feel? What were you thinking?
It seems like a while ago now, and it's only 4 days ago. We've done so much in such a short space of time. It honestly feels like we've been here for ages, and it's beautiful here as well. But turning up and seeing other people, and it's that skepticism of, that fear and skepticism and barrier and boundary, and then within day one, by the end of Saturday, we started about 1:30 Saturday, and by the end of the evening, it was like, wow, I can't believe how barriers were broken down so quickly, and how people felt. We all felt so comfortable so quickly. 20 odd men of different, we had all, the whole range of, business owners to sports people to, young boys, young lads. It was an incredible mix of men that just bought in, and for their own betterment. And that, and that's, I got to commend every man that's done it. They full-heartedly, dived into it and embraced it, and they've come out of it all the better.
Oh, good for that. So we pride ourselves on safety. Really, there's no transformation without safety, and it warms my heart to hear you say that. How do you think we held the safe space throughout the retreat?
Do you know what, that was the one thing you were worried about, and it's probably an ego thing, having played rugby and I've seen some of the videos, and I said fruity was a word beforehand, but I can't even describe it now after coming. But it was very apparent very quickly that it was a safe place, it was a safe space. I know, and as it developed deeper and deeper, the longer you went, and today being the last day, one of the most surreal days I think I've ever had. So it was, it embodied, that safety. Wouldn't, without that safety there, and that feeling of safety, it wouldn't have progressed. I don't think you'd have had half the effect that this group have had. And I've seen everything. I've seen everything in these 5 days. It's being without a phone 5 days is a scary thought. For most of us, and I don't really want to turn it back on now. I'm afraid to turn it back on. It's relief, and it was amazing.
What will you remember from the retreat? Like, what kind of things will you remember that will stay in your heart?
There was, just the whole thing, and it's hard we've done so much in such a little time. It's hard to pinpoint one aspect, but it's just the build-up of everything, and things built, and then for different people at different times as well. That was the amazing thing. Some people crescendoed at certain days, and we just we still gained, but then all of a sudden having a crescendo, and they're not expecting when I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting it on a certain day, and it happened completely out of my control on a different day. And then again today, I had a crescendo, and it was everything was normal as I thought, and going calm, and then something happened that was completely out of my control and completely amazing, and I just can't put in words what happened. So it's just pulling it up, and it just at different points, people. It was amazing to see other people hitting those heights as well. When you weren't, you were happy that someone else was. It wasn't a feeling of, I can't believe it, that guy's had a really good experience and I'm not quite feeling it. It was, you were happy for him to have that, and you knew at some point yours would come, and mine unexpectedly just sort of grabbed me by the collars and just slapped me across the face. It was incredible.
did you have a favourite day? Can you say what was your favourite day? I know you got a lot out of today.
Yeah, like amazing amount out of today. Warrior was my favourite for different reasons.
Yeah.
I won't go into it too much, but for different reasons. Warrior was it opened me up a little bit. Warrior, then I didn't expect it. So that was it was my first profound day, a perfect profound moment. The other day was great, but that was my first profound day. And then today, it blew my socks off beyond belief because I didn't expect anything going into it. I was a bit flat the night before, for whatever reason. Last night, and it was coming to an end today, and then today, and you didn't build it up, so you you didn't build it on purpose, I'm guessing. Wow, it was roller coaster. It was adrenaline beyond adrenaline. It was something that I can't describe, and I had to write it down. I had to write bits down just so I didn't forget it because it was so surreal.
Yeah. So you just about to get in your car, you're driving home. What are you taking home with you, and what are you looking forward to?
Oh, just pretty much happiness. And I don't want to sound all hippie saying that. People think, oh God,
you are a hippie on the side.
I think I might be on the side. I think I got a closet hippie in me, something like that. But just driving home, amazing experience. We've won test matches, we've won Grand Slams, and that type of feeling lives. It puts you to a height, and it's along that type of feeling for a different reason. Out of my comfort zone, which rugby takes you or life takes you, and this is it's put me on an adrenaline spike that it's hard to explain to people unless they experience it themselves.
Of course. And you going home to your family?
Going home to my family, yeah. So my little 2-month-old baby and soon to be 3-year-old son and my wife are waiting, and first thing I'm gonna do when I turn my phone on now is FaceTime them because it's been a bit, it's been tough for them. I've got to realise that the phone's been off for 5 days and I haven't been able to speak to them. So as hard as it is for me, it is for them. And and it'd just be lovely to crawl into bed whenever it's a long drive to Wales, but worth it. And just to crawl into bed and touch in amongst them. So it's a nice warm thought.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, hopefully they can see an upgraded version of the Delhi.
Yeah, exactly. And just to anyone else out there that's I was on the border for months, probably 6 to 8 months, where I was in contact with you. That I was just sort of dipping my toe in, and is it not? Is it am I brave enough? Am I not? It's like dipping your toe into a swimming pool, and just glad you say you kept your patience for me and just kept faith, and just every now and then just sort of dropped the bait in a little bit and pulled it in, and I'm just I'm glad I dived in head first, as because it was as a man it can be it's a tough decision, but knowing what I know now, it wouldn't have been. If I'd have known the feeling that I had now, and the brotherhood and the connections I made there, it would have been a no-brainer. So it's just making that first step.
And what would you say to any man that's kind of on the edge thinking about coming on the retreat?
Just be open-minded, and I'd say dive in. Don't dip your toe in. Don't in that cold swimming pool. You just embrace it and just dive in, and just what the heck? What are you going to lose? You have 4 or 5 days in an absolutely beautiful environment. It's absolutely epic and amazing here. It's pristine. It's such a beautiful place. And then if that's all you get, but I can count on it that won't be all you get.
Final question, because this question is close to my heart as well, because we're both from a rugby background. We've both experienced brotherhood within rugby. How does this brotherhood compare to your past experiences of rugby brotherhood?
Do you know, there's rugby brotherhood, and it takes time to, the amount of time it takes to build that brotherhood is what I get. I played in a few special teams over the years, but I've also played in teams that's lost, the biggest loss Wales had ever had, my first cap, convoluted and they couldn't quite get it, and it was because of that. It wasn't strong enough. That brotherhood wasn't strong enough, and it's only certain parts of my career, like glimpses of my career, where we've had those teams, certain years that have bonded and got tight, and then somehow drifted. But the speed of which the bond happened here amongst these guys was incredible. Within day 2, things were coming out and things were happening that it was surreal to me. That being in tight knit, high-end sporting environments that that aim to do that this thing knocked socks off them and did it in a millionth of the speed that they could do it.
And I'm guessing since you stopped playing, you've missed that.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me, and I don't mind staring at the camera and saying that, was I lost the changing room. So that was my biggest heartache leaving rugby. It wasn't, my body couldn't really do the rugby anymore. I was struggling, dragging myself around there. But leaving that changing room, leaving my mates, my brothers in that changing room, and the banter and the laughs and the loves and the cries and everything that happened with that, that was what I missed. I was left on the platform with the train just going 100 miles an hour the other way, and it was lonely. And this certainly, was the closest. It was incredible how it sort of connected and reminded me and put me back in that change room times 10.
And now you're back in the game.
Back in the game, mate. Back in the game.
Good to see you, mate.
No, I love you.